The laid-back Duan starts 95 as clear favourite, but that doesn't mean he has no rivals. Top of his own list and everyone else's comes a familiar name, that of Kevin Schwantz. The 1993 world champion has made it clear that this will be his last season at Lucky Strike Suzuki and that he intends to take the #1 plate into retirement with him if it's humanly possible. But with pre-season testing hampered by yet another fall and another arm injury, Schwantz starts 95 with a question mark over his ability to race at 100%.
Well, the injury is pretty much healed. I'm still not 100% fit. My riding is not exactly where I'd like for it to be, but I feel confident by the time the season starts in March that I'll be ready to go.
Though not as ready for the start of the year as he would like, and a well-documented believer in proper preparation as the key to a championship-winning season, he also has a proven record of upsetting the form book by winning races with 2 broken arms. Team manager Gary Taylor calls it the Schwantz factor, and it could well be influential in swapping that lucky number 34 for #1 a second time.
Well, the obvious goal is to go back out and try and win the World Championship back that we lost in 1994. I think even more importantly is to have a good, strong season to keep ourselves somewhere near the front in every race. And if we have the opportunity to win and win the championship, of course, we try and do that as well. Physically, I don't feel confident yet. Mentally, I feel confident, and mechanically, I feel like the bike is going to be a great package. Having Daryl Beattie in the team to do a lot of the testing for me since I haven't been able to test has made a big difference. He's a very competent young rider, and I think he's going to be somebody that we'll have to be watching for in all the races.
In fact, all eyes are on the cheerful Beattie, taken on board by Lucky Strike Suzuki as heir apparent to the Schwantz throne, although he must first overcome the memories of an awful 1994 season. But Beattie's back on Michelin's, and he's tested more kilometres on the bike than any other rider this year.
$19.95, I guess, for me is very important. You know, it's last year was disappointing. You know, I'm expecting a lot from myself. I want to get back to where I left off in Grand Prix in '93, and you know, I'm basically expecting a lot out of 1995. Well, my goal is, you know, at the least to get back where I finished off in '93, and you know, my main goal is to try and be more consistent than what I was then. You know, I won a Grand Prix and I finished on the rostrum a couple of times, but then, you know, I had a few results where I was down in the field, and you know, this year I want to, you know, win some Grand Prix and be on the rostrum more often, and hopefully that brings a good result at the end of the season.
Daryl Beattie's experience is unique. He's the only rider on the 500 grid to have ridden all 3 of the contemporary factory bikes, Honda, Yamaha and now Suzuki, which could put him in a strong position. But Beattie fights shy of making direct comparisons between the 3 Japanese machines, perhaps out of politeness or perhaps because his contracts forbid it. Rather than making comparisons, he confines himself to saying that he feels very comfortable with his new RGV500 and that he's happy to be back on Michelin rubber. Fast in pre-season testing and apparently full of confidence once more, Beattie looks as relaxed and comfortable as he did at Honda and seems to be happy with the RGV500 just the way it is.